Hi everyone! Today I'm going to be making a keto low carb tortilla, which will be made with an almond flour and a xanthan gum, which will be my first time using, which is great. If you're looking for a gluten-free recipe, this would be one of them. So I cannot wait to try this out and see how it comes together. So let me get started. I'm going to start off with some almond flour. Some baking powder, some salt, some xanthan gum, and then I'm going to mix all these ingredients up. These are all of the dry ingredients, and then we're going to put into the wet ingredients. Okay, so now that that is nicely mixed, I'm going to be adding in some water and an egg. And once those are in, I'm going to mix it up and I'm going to start creating my dough for this recipe. I now have all of the ingredients nicely mixed and I've created my dough. And I'm really excited about the xanthan gum because it's my first time using it, and I find I've used almond flour in the past for some other ingredients, but the dough kept falling apart on me. So I find with that extra ingredients, it really helps, and it helps it stick together like if we have used just regular flour. So I'm quite impressed. So what I'm gonna do now is I've kneaded it and I made sure it has a nice texture and it's nicely put together. I'm gonna now set it aside for about 15-20 minutes and let all the ingredients settle. And then once that's complete, I'm gonna pan fry my tortillas and I'll show you what that looks like. My dough has been sitting for about 20 minutes now, and it's nice and fluffy. It's nice and moist, so it's not falling apart. So now I'm just gonna roll it out and make a couple of some tortilla wraps so that I can use it in my future recipe of making something for a dinner or a lunch. So I'm just gonna roll it out and making sure that I can get a nice flat bread. And then once that's ready, I'm starting to heat up my pan and I'm just gonna fry it on both sides until it's nice and cooked, and I'll show you what that looks like. So my dough is now nicely rolled out to a nice thin layer. So what I'm gonna do now is I heated my pan. It has some olive oil in it so it doesn't stick, and I'm just going to pan fry it on each side and making sure it gets a nice crisp finish and that it's cooked. And then once it's complete, I'm going to set it aside and use it for my next meal. Now that one side has been cooking, it has a nice crisp. I'm just going to flip it over so that we can cook the next side. I'm going to let it cook for a little longer so that it can get a bit of a nice brown crisp to each side. But other than that, this recipe is now complete. If you like this recipe and you want to see more like this, please subscribe to our channel. Hit that share, like, and that bell notification, and you'll see in the description all the ingredients that went into this recipe.